Monticola, Piccolo, Chiusa Spagnolo, Rampante, Fuego di Mezzo, Porcheria, Zocco Nero, Vignolte. Hey, welcome to Tasting Wine with a Wine Geek. I'm Ned Swain from Devonish Wines. So I've had the new vintage of Frank Cornelissen's Contadino for like 2 weeks now or something like that. And it's been killing me to not, make a video of it, blog about it, start doing stuff with it. I've put the word out and been selling it and selling all of the single vineyard Munjabels and stuff. I was lucky enough to this past February go to Sicily and run around the island and run up to Mount Etna and around Mount Etna and spend a couple days hanging out with Frank and talking about cars and turbo Subarus and stuff with him and life, and it was super awesome. So it's really cool to now have all of the single vineyard Munjabels, to have Monticola. I got Monticola, Chiusa Spagnolo, the Porcheria, and the Vignolte. I didn't get Zocco Nero, and I remember really liking Zocco Nero while I was there, but I don't think it came into the country. So anyway, that's life. After being there this past winter and like hanging out in the vineyards and eating the dirt in all of them and like running up and down and through them and stuff, like it's pretty awesome to have all the wines. Anyway, new Contadino. So this is 2015 Contadino. I believe this is the first vintage that is actually technically filtered, in that it goes through something that's kind of a filtered. I forget the numbers, how many like microns big it is, but Frank was explaining how he had kind of sort of like hacked the machine so that it will take out like large solid pieces of material that's in the wine, but it's, you can see in the glass it's still opaque. It looks pretty much like an unfiltered wine in a lot of ways, except that there isn't like a ton of sludge in the bottom of the bottles. So he's been on a crusade to try and make all of his wines more to have there be less bottle variation, to try and control more of the environment in the winery, more of the variables there, while allowing the natural bacteria and grapes and everything from the vineyard to just do its thing. So I love these wines a lot. It smells like smoke, but it's not wood smoke. It is not like burning autumn leaves. It's just something, it's like, it's Mount Etna, it's a volcano. It smells like it's very, very old, like burnt. It's the soil. Something about it just smells like the soil and smells like the place to me. And all kinds of other stuff. It smells like dried apricots. There's a lot of like raspberry, strawberry. It's a really complicated, dynamic wine that ends up being, almost kind of a chameleon when you smell and drink, when you experience it, because there is so much there. It's like looking at a rainbow and being like, what color is the rainbow? And being like, oh, well, it's red. And someone else can say like, it's blue. And it's all of those things. It has so much in it. It's such a wide spectrum of aromas and flavors. This vintage, the 15, this is interesting. It's fresher and brighter and a little bit more like, wow, like kind of zippy and lively than the 14 was. The 14 was a little bit more muscular. And then the 13 before that was like the 13 was kind of a beast. But on the back end, though, the 15 still has got a lot of like tannic structure. It's a very put together wine. Like, this is delicious, and I could sit here and drink this entire bottle really happily. But it's not vin de soif. It's not just like super easy fun, whatever, don't think about it wine. Like, there's a lot of structure here. There's tannin. There's the right amount of tannin with the acidity to balance this wine. So it's very lively, and it wakes your palate up, and it grabs your attention. But it's serious, and it will work with a lot of like serious foods. So basically, goddamn, this is awesome. I am super excited to have this wine. That's why I'm sitting here on a pallet of it. I'm sitting here on a throne made out of 2015 Contadino with various single vineyard Mungibels around at my feet. These are probably some of the most important, can I strike probably from that? These are some of the most important natural wines out there because of, the risks that Frank took, his reputation, how people think of them, how he works both extremely naturally in the vineyard and the fermentation, but then at the same time extremely empirically in the winery, trying to understand everything that's happening, and while not changing or completely controlling it, but understanding and managing all of it. It's a delicious, fantastic wine. So 2015 Contadino, it's here. This is a perfect time of year for it. Get it, celebrate it, enjoy it. It won't be, around forever. So cheers. Man, it's really lively. There's it's kind of electric. There's like a meatiness. There's a fair amount of texture, but it's like really vivid and electric and grabs your palate.